What's up, everybody? You're listening to the Triple T podcast for knife makers, a podcast where we discuss tools, tips, and talk, and info for the knife maker. I'm
Is that
Jared
your Barry White
Sandoval,
voice?
and I'm Jared Sandoval of Echo Blades, and as always, I have my co-host, Mr. Dennis Tyrell from Tyrell Knifeworks.
Yo, how's it going?
What's up, buddy? How are you?
I'm good. I'm preparing for an already busy week, but shit's getting done. It's been good.
That's good to hear because there's not fuck all getting done over at this camp. Yeah, it's been a grind on the other side, and it's funny because when I thought about this winter, like coming into it, let's say around like October, September, when we're waiting for the weather to change and everything, I just didn't see the day job kind of creating the havoc that it has, and I just had a lot of different plans, and especially after when we were coming into the new year, I was on fire, and then I took that trip, but we had a lot changing here, so I was just kind of in retrospect taking a peek back and was like, God, there's just a lopsided balance going on right now.
Yeah. Well, hopefully it passes and it's a phase, and you'll get past this phase. My fingers are crossed for you, buddy.
Yeah, me too. It's just it's frustrating, because I think I said it a couple of weeks ago, or maybe I didn't. I don't know. I think it all the time, but this used to be the escape, right? The fun, the release from all of the stuff, and now it's I don't even have time for that. So, but it's all good. I mean, I just got on the heels of getting back. I was gone all last week from another work trip back up to Washington, and it was cool. It was good trip. Worked out good. But I was gone from Tuesday night to Friday night. Got home, sleep, wake up, and then I started thinking about it, and I was like, I was missing my family, missing Lynn, and I looked at Lynn and I said, "Look, it was like 8 o'clock or something like that," and I said, "Just throwing shit at the wall, hoping it'll stick." But how about you and I just jump in the car, head down to Monterey, pack a bag. I don't know if we'll stay or not, but let's just get out of here, and because I'm going to be gone this week. I'm home for a week and a half, and then I leave again for another week back to Texas. So I was like, it's going to get scarce around here. So we did that, and man, we had a great time. We hopped in the
Yeah, that's
car.
awesome. I'm glad you
Yeah,
did that.
yeah, it was good weather, good time. Love the area, always do. And it was cool. So
Nice.
other than that, that's pretty much it. So
No, nothing eventful up north on the business trip.
yeah, some unfortunate stuff, but I'm not sure it's good to talk about. So I gotta
Okay.
kind of leave it there. Like it really unfortunate, but yeah, I mean it was a productive trip at least. Got a lot of things in place, and until the next time.
Nice. When you heading back up there again in a while, or
Won't be for maybe a couple months. Hopefully.
well, that's good.
Yeah.
Good. Well, you got something to look forward to. You'll be off to Blade, Texas this weekend.
And I am pumped. I mean, I don't sound like it right now. I'm a little whooped. Like the normal Jared, the high energy guy is not here tonight. But
Yeah, I'm missing that guy.
yeah, I know. But it's part of life, right? You can't be firing on all cylinders every second of the day. But yeah, I am pumped. It just the fuck everybody around me is like going down like with some kind of sick, it's really uncomfortable, and I'm traveling all over the place. So I'm like, I feel I'm a germaphobe, like I've watched too many Contagion movies back to back.
Oh,
But
Jared's gonna have a mask at the airport.
yeah, I probably will, man. If I can get through this week though and get out of here without doing it, I'm really looking forward to
Don't you
getting
get me
out there.
sick before I have to go to Seattle. I'll kill you.
Yeah, I don't know how I haven't. I mean, I've flown across the country, out of the country. I've come back. I've been 2 trips to everybody's sick. So I don't know. We'll see. I feel good right now.
Good.
But I am pumped to get out there and go hang out with our boy Lawrence and meet everybody. And I'm starting to get the messages and stuff. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm having a little of the FOMO, seeing all the posts of like what people are bringing to Texas, but
You know what I am having? What's through all this darkness? The highlight that just brings my heart all the joy in the world is every time somebody asks, "Is Denis coming?" And I go, "Thankfully, no."
such a dick.
I mean, I'm sure out of both of us, I'm pretty sure they're getting the shit out of the stick, but it is fun for me, to say the least. But
Oh, yeah, I am not going, but I am sending a knife with you, so I'll be there in spirit.
that's right. That's right. You reminded me of that because I literally had just convinced myself that I wasn't gonna check a bag
Well, now you
there.
have an excuse to bring shit home because you probably will.
I was gonna check one back, but
Yeah,
yeah, but I guess I'll just sit around at midnight waiting for your knife to come through the carousel.
that's right. Don't you lose that bag or you're dead.
Yeah, I know. Okay.
I've had a pretty good week. Last week was, but uh, seriously, the days are still meshing together because I've been working on some weekends and I'm still kind of discombobulated from the vacation and all of that. Things aren't. I'm not back to a normal like a 9 to 5 Monday to Friday yet.
Right.
Um, but yeah, last week was my last kind of chill week before this big week of classes that starts on Wednesday. Um, Finished up the knife that I'm going to be bringing up to Dave's place, Dave Lish's place.
Okay.
He gave me a little scare Saturday morning with texting me saying, I got an issue. I need to change the dates. I'm like, dude, you're not. I have flights, hotels, and car booked. You are not changing these dates.
Right.
And I've got 2 other commitments up there. So he ended up moving the other guy instead of. He had a conflict, and I think he forgot that he had booked me in. So he
I
ended up
got
moving the other guy who was a local guy anyway. But anyway, finished up that knife, met with Dave online this morning, went over it, showed him what I had, got his blessing and all that stuff. So I'm excited to have that one done. Well, done to the point of ready to take it up there. So I'm very, very pleased with that knife. There's probably the nicest buoy that I've done so far. Like I don't know, profile wise, I don't know. I just like it. I think it's pretty cool.
it. Thing's a beast. I know that.
No, not that one.
Oh.
No, not that one. This is the copper Damascus one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm working on that one. I'm
Okay.
hoping to get that finished and also bring it up there. But no, that's not the one I'm working on the frame handle course with Dave.
And this is the one that you were kind of putting the extra emphasis on, like a master smith
Yeah,
quality
yeah,
type
yeah.
thing. Nice.
And this one's got like a hollow ground clip, a hollow ground blade, and they kind of meet, and it's a much taller clip than I normally do. There's some pieces about it that I really like. I enjoy doing it, so I might be doing those hollow clips a little more often. Yeah, I just like it. I think it looks cool.
Very
But
good.
I tell you one thing I did. So I'm because it's copper Damascus, so I figured I would do a copper guard. And the piece of copper I had was only about an inch and a half long and had a big piece sticking out of it because I'd cut something off. So I'm like, okay, well, there's enough copper there if I forge it, right? And I like, forge it down into like a guard shape and then slot it and do all that stuff. So I'm like, oh, that's fine. It's 3/8 thick. So I'm like, oh, I'll just cold forge it. How hard can that be? Cold forging 3/8 copper is really hard. Um, I should have heated. In fact, at one point I heated it up just to anneal it, like quench it.
Right.
And me, dumbass, tried to heat it with the induction forge. forgetting that you can't do that, which still messes with my head, and I'm not really sure what the science behind that is, that you can't heat up a piece of copper in the induction forge.
Well, yeah, but you got part of it hot.
No, I didn't.
None of it?
None of it. Like copper, I didn't know this, and I actually had to look it up because I thought I was going insane. You can't heat copper, like a piece of copper, and dip it between the coils. It won't get hot.
Not even the high carbon around?
No, I'm not not a knife. A physical piece of just copper.
Oh, you were just doing the copper.
Just the copper for the
Oh,
guard.
I thought you had a piece like
No.
copper. Oh, my
This is
bad.
pure copper.
Gotcha. Okay.
And I was trying to forge that, so I was trying to anneal it, and I was putting the copper in the induction forge, and it does nothing.
Yeah.
And then, like, the tines of the tongs I was using would get red hot, and I'm like, it's so weird. But yeah, it was copper. And it's funny, copper does not move like steel. It reminds me of forging that stainless.
Really?
Where
If it's not warm.
No, if you were to hit like regular steel, you press normal steel, it bulges on the sides. But if you do that with stainless steel, it tends to concave on the sides.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Yep.
Okay.
I'm with you.
Copper's the same.
Okay.
Hitting copper, it's doing that kind of concavity on the sides, which was messing with me because it was, anyway, long story. It's not fun to forge copper cold. I should have just heated it with the torch, which is what I eventually did.
Right.
With the oxy torch. But anyway. But yeah, got that done. And all ready to go up to Seattle.
Cool.
You're putting a ha-ha in my nose. We have notes, and Jared's putting comments in my notes. So
why don't you tell them what it says?
It says ha ha.
No, before that.
Oh, I didn't see it. I only saw I only saw what you added. I didn't see the before, but
no, it's a haha to your comment.
Oh yeah, Guy Lowe's. Yeah, no, I'm today, so I'm working on the big beast of a knife.
Okay.
And I told you last week I was going to do some carving in it.
Yes.
Okay, so I decided I needed a die grinder because I'm going to use a 1-inch sanding drum to do the curved fuller. And so I'm at Lowe's. They don't have a die grinder. I'm sitting there like leaning against, I don't know, whatever, one of the cabinets or whatever on my phone because I'm on Amazon looking for a die grinder. And a guy comes over and he goes, hey, is that your white Jeep outside? And I'm thinking like, Christ, somebody just hit my Jeep or something like that. And I said, yeah. And he goes, are you a knife maker? And I'm like, yeah. Because my Jeep says Tyrell Knifeworks on both sides.
Mm-hmm.
So then we like strike up a conversation. We end up talking in Lowe's for half an hour about knife making. And he was a knife maker. Anyway, it was one of those weird, knife making discussions. So that's what that was.
Just another local dude?
Yeah. Just, he's a plumber by day. He was at Lowe's just, midday picking up stuff for plumbing. So, but
was his name Toby? No,
I told him, I said, yeah, I know some knife making plumbers.
Yeah.
And he got out of it. And I'm like, yeah, that's like Toby's a better plumber than a knife maker.
Oh, fuck.
That's just a test to see if Toby's listening.
That's good, Denis. That's funny. All right, thank you.
Oh, okay. I figured you'd like that one.
That was good.
What else happened? Oh, so working on that knife, doing some of the carving. I don't have the right sanding drum, so it's taken me forever. I'm waiting for the others, like the lower grit ones, the 36 grit sanding drums is what I need, and I don't have those yet. And it takes forever doing it at like a, what are they, 120 grit sanding drums. So it's on hold for now.
Okay.
But success at Stainless Damascus last week.
Awesome.
Very happy about that.
Awesome.
And more importantly, I'm very comfortable with the process now.
Cool.
It was all about heat control. And And what Josh Prince said at Maker Camp, that he lowered his forge welding temp to 2000 degrees. That was money. That's what
Cool.
saved it. Because I had, like, you saw how crumbly it looked on when we did
Yeah,
it with
yeah.
Koi.
Yeah, yeah.
It looked perfect when I did it. Like, not one little crumbly piece. It looked like I CA glued the 4 stacks together. It was really good.
Awesome.
Yeah. So, thanks to the failures before, I think even if it didn't work out, at least, like, figuring out the process is the most important part. But it was
Yeah.
nice to, you got probably a 9-inch by 1.5 by 1/8 billet.
Awesome. I was super
Um,
stoked to see that.
yeah. And then the one I have is actually, because I put a pattern in mine, because I had much more steel in that billet, but, and I was paranoid about how, not going too thin before I put the pattern in it. But actually I went too thick. It's still like a 1/4 inch, or between, 3/16 and a quarter. So I'm going to need to thin it out, especially when I want to use it for folder blades.
Gotcha.
So I'll end up forging that again. But, yeah, it worked
That's
out.
awesome. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And I think it's really cool to see the triumph through the failures and the struggle and the persistence, the perseverance, all that, raw stuff. But it's really cool to see on the other side.
Yeah. I mean, I still don't think it's something I'm going to be doing a lot, but, I'm happy that
That
there's
shit's
success.
risky, man. It's not cheap, and I mean, compounded with just the idea of not being successful, but throwing out huge dollars,
And just I'm not a patient person. And
Yeah, yeah. Yes, touche, yes.
and when it comes to forging that stuff, like, folks, if you've never done it, you don't understand. Like, you press that billet and it just gives you the big middle finger. Like, it does not move under a 30-ton press and an entire heat. You'd be lucky to move it a 16th of an inch.
Yeah, it's incredible to have a reference point of high carbon, you know, just moving the way it does in a press, and then when you see it, it's like the press is struggling.
Yeah, yeah. It's like you're pressing on a big piece of cold steel.
Yeah,
Well,
it's trippy.
it's like, and then you do that over and over, and then when you're trying to draw it out, it's just monotonous, heat after heat after heat. But at least the nice part of stainless is it doesn't scale.
Yeah, that was a freaky thing to me, like,
Yeah,
I remember asking you guys about that, and you're like, "Yeah, I guess you're right," because the first time when it was in the canister, that thing was flaking all over the place, but obviously that was just the canister, but when they were getting after it, man, I was like, "Where's all the fucking scale? This is weird." I
yeah,
bought that handy dandy, magnet picker upper, high powered thing.
high powered.
There wasn't much to get.
Yeah, but now I'm confident enough that I would do, like, before. I'm like, we're not putting C's. I'm not. I was even nervous forging this on its end, but now that I've done it, um, I'm not worried about that. Like, I would totally put C's in a billet. I think it's going to take a hell of a lot longer, but, yeah, I would totally do that now. And, like, I think of, like, Will Brigham doing feather. I'm like, how many heats does he have to go through to split that thing? Like, 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 uses an H13 splitter. Like, holy
Yeah.
crap!
Yeah, I just give I just gave the best radio, like, I don't fucking know, look. 'Cause, yeah, that seems daunting to say the least.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't think it's that scary. It's just now it would be like the time consuming part of it. But
Right, right.
yeah. But, what else happened? Oh, previous student Masaru, who you met a couple of times, he
Yep,
came
good dude.
over for a little, half day class on Sunday to get after some grinding. So that was good. Like to see
Awesome.
him have some success at that.
Very cool.
Yeah, we we did 2 knives, and then we heat treated one, and he finish ground that one because I wanted him to like I wanted to take a knife beginning to absolute end.
Right.
And he was very successful at that, and he was really happy.
Cool.
The best grinds he had done so far, he said, so that was good.
Just on the platen, no jig?
Yeah, no jig, just platen, because I wanted him to learn the concept. And
very cool.
So yeah, that was good. That was my week so far. But gearing up for this Wednesday class, which is a full feather Damascus Bowie knife, beginning to end, including making the steel. So that's going to be a tall order in a week. So, but we're going to see
5
if we
days?
can
7.
7 days. There's no
Wow.
way we would do it in 5 days, but 7.
I was going to say, yeah.
Yeah, I think we can do it in 7, but it's going to be some.
So you got Wednesday to Wednesday, and then you bounce to Seattle?
No, I don't go to Seattle till the 19th.
Oh, okay.
I got a week in there, so
Gotcha.
A week and a half, something like that. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, well, we'll be busy at it while you're partying in Texas. So
that sounds about right.
Yeah. But
oh no. Yeah, maybe I'll swing by on my way back on Sunday.
Sure. Yeah, we'll still be around. Hopefully, we better have it in knife form by Sunday.
Yeah, you need to.
Oh, and I'm teaching a 1-day experience class on Friday, so I got to double up with 2 different people in the shop.
What the fuck is an experience class?
That's like a 1-day make a knife class.
So
it's like I'm not necessarily teaching a knife maker. This is like it's like what Toby does, like
gotcha.
The knife making
and Jordy and all that. Yeah. Cool.
It's one of those. So I'm not worried about teaching them all the skills. It's, hey, we're going to make a knife, and we're going to do this step, we're going to do that step, and hey, you got an hour to forge it. Then I'm going to step in. You got
I was going to say you're going to do a bunch of it to get it there.
Yeah. Especially if they're lagging on a certain portion, I'll step in and finish it off so we can finish on time.
You going to teach them to stare at the steel and do the tap method?
I might need a guest instructor for that.
Yeah, I got you. That's funny.
Yeah,
that's funny.
I announced the winner when was it? This morning? Yeah, today's Monday. God, my days are like flowing together. I announced the winner of the rail spike knife this morning. I don't know if you saw it.
I did not.
Oh,
I got an email from the Patreon thing, but I didn't get a chance to check.
Yeah, Mr. Mark Vanderwerf won the knife.
Awesome.
So it's already boxed up with the label, and it's going off to him tomorrow.
Isn't that like far away?
Holland.
Yeah.
Netherlands.
Yeah.
So the shipping is twice as much as what I listed the value of the knife at. So
goodness gracious,
it's not that bad. It's only like $35, but
yeah.
Just for him, I set the value pretty low, so we didn't have to pay a ton in customs. There was no point in me making it a super expensive knife.
Yeah, well, that's cool.
Yeah, so I was happy, and you hear, like, if you watch the IG video, I'm like, you can hear the surprise in my voice. I'm like, oh, like, I know that guy. Like, I know all the patrons, but Mark, I know on we chat once in a while. So,
oh, that's cool.
So yeah, that was good.
You know what happened to me?
What?
This weekend? So, I think it's Saturday night, and Lynn and I, we got a cottage. Really cool name of this place. It's called By the Way. By the Way. It's BIDBIDE hyphen A hyphen way, or WEE. It's
like a bed and breakfast kind of place, or?
It's just a cottage, but it's
okay.
Because they have in Pacific Grove, they have a lot of like cottagey type things. So
yeah,
and part of the reason I was even willing to go out there, because this time of year it's off season, right? So the hotels are reasonable as like in June, that same freaking hotel would have been crazy. $300-$400. But it was like a deluxe cottage, had a kitchenette and a fireplace, and and it was only like $150 or something like that. So it was cool
deal.
Yeah, it was cool. But anyways, that's what I was saying. So, oh yeah, so we had the kitchenette, and we had went around, had lunch, and but I wasn't really hungry at the end of the night. So we normally get a pizza from a popular place out there, but I was like, I'm just not in.
Gianni's?
Yeah, yeah. That's like almost a 100% gonna happen every time we're there.
Yeah.
And but I was like, man, it's Saturday night, it's gonna take forever to get, and I'm over it. So we stopped at a supermarket in Dronico's, and I was like, we got a kitchenette. So I'm like, let's just get some cereal. So we went and got a box of cereal.
Cereal?
We went and got
I
we
thought
hey,
you
our
I thought
fam
you were
our
going to say something like, yeah, we picked up some salmon or something. Fucking
no, no,
cereal.
no. Our family eats a fuck ton of cereal for dinner.
You
Like,
just threw me there. That
yeah,
was not
no.
what I expected you to say.
Yeah, so we got a box of cereal and a little half gallon of milk. And I'm going through the store, and I'm my brother FaceTime me, and we're bullshitting. And I got the world's most Canadian vest on, right?
Uh-huh.
And he's kind of lit up, right? So he's calling me all kinds of names. Like, I mean, he's
I love
going
your
in.
brother.
Yo, he's going in. I'm in the middle of the fucking aisles of this store, and he's like, "You bleep 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 bleep," all these really less than masculine things, Canadian stuff. And so I'm walking down the aisle, and I'm like, "Okay, dude, all right, okay." Like, he's like, "You gonna come see me?" And I'm like, "No, no, I'm just quick trip in and out, dude." And I'm walking past, and fucking lo and behold, there is a fucking dude with my vest. I have never seen another duplicate. I've never seen it at the store.
Your eyes probably lit up. The guy probably thought you were a little Canadian.
Oh my god, I hung up on my bro. I was like, "I gotta fucking go," and I started taking pictures, and then the wife, because they were, like, in in the cold section where the milk was and shit, and they were, like, looking, and I'm taking pictures, and the lady looks at me, and I'm fucking laughing, Lynn's laughing, and she's like, "Hey, why don't you guys take a picture?" And he was an older
Was
dude,
it the
and
same color?
it was exactly the same, dude. The same thing.
Okay, you gotta post that. I want
I will, 100% it's
I
gonna get
want that
posted.
on the podcast
At
notification.
100%. 100% it's going on. But yeah, I was like, and then he's like, more, because I was like over my shoulder taking pictures on the back, and the wife started laughing. She's like, "Why don't you take a picture with him?" And he's like, "Rah, rah, rah, rah." He got all fucking, like, because he was an older dude, and I'm just me. All happy to fucking find somebody with another thing. So I got a picture of him where he's kind of half smiling, but he's looking away. But it was the coolest thing ever. I can't believe that it happened like that. I mean, right in the middle of my brother fucking ringing me up once.
Did
So
you tell him?
what?
Did you call him back and tell him?
Oh yeah, yeah. I sent
Uh,
him the picture. Yeah. And the best part of the whole thing is we're walking out of the store, and I called him back, and I let him know what happened. And Lynn and I are getting in the car, and she goes, "Look," and we're, halfway in the parking lot, and you could see that fucker in the checkout line. like like there was a spotlight on him. At best is, yeah, if you're in trouble, we get lost, Dennis. You're gonna thank me, because that vest is gonna get us found.
yeah, yeah. Everyone at Blade, Texas, you're going to be able to see Jared across the exhibition hall.
100%. It's coming. I will have it. I don't even know what the weather's gonna be like, but hopefully it's not.
Yeah, I don't know.
But Vester fat guy approved, right? So I'm down. It was awesome, man. It was freaking highlight for me.
And remember, the guy that's coming Wednesday for the class is the guy that talked about the I'm not gay, I'm Canadian. That was
Yeah.
Kristen. That's the guy that's coming.
Oh my god, I can't wait. I am definitely stopping by on the way
Yeah.
home. He's getting a high five and a best contributor to the podcast ever. I thought you were gay, and then I figured out you're Canadian.
Yes.
This week on Is He Gay or Canadian?
Uh,
Ah, that's right.
yeah,
Well, and then you're out picking up dudes at Lowe's too, so this is
that's
great.
right. Yeah.
Make sure you tell them that. Yeah, that was pretty cool. But you know what? I think we've done a very, very, very good job of you know, doing the radio tease, which hats off, bro. That was stellar. That was a stellar lead in here. But I think I'm just gonna ask the question, like, what the fuck happened with the IG video? We all want to know. We got a lot of comments. That was a good post. We are ready to hear it. So I'm gonna back out and Homer Simpson into the IV here and let you tell us all the good things.
So let me give the origin just in case people didn't hear last week's episode. So I got an email, and it seemed like it wasn't a special email to Tyrell Knifeworks. Like it was a form email saying, "Hey, we'd like to do, we're interviewing creators to get some feedback about Instagram um, and they made mention in, I don't have the email handy, but they made mention in the email. It was something about, the way, something about the policy violation kind of mechanism, like, that we all, the little, when your account status goes out of the green, like it was something about that. And they wanted it, they wanted an interview. And the kicker here is it was a paid interview. So I got paid to give my feedback. So I filled out the little form, and a guy calls me back like 2 days
Of course
later.
you got paid. Of course, Dennis Tyrell, of all people. Hey, can I pay you to fucking razz me up? Get out of here.
um,
Okay.
so a guy calls me, and I said, and he goes, "All right, you sound like he's telling me this, that, hey, you sound like a perfect candidate for this." And I'm like, I don't even care about getting paid. Of course, I'll take the money, but you guys better buckle up, because I got a whole, like, uh, I
Community.
will, yeah. And I told him, I said, I will gladly represent our entire community, and you're going to get an earful of everything that's happening, because it's not just me. Everything that's happened to me is happening to thousands of people in our community. And he's like, yeah, we totally want to hear it. And, all this, and this sounds great. And you sound perfect for this. I'm like, okay, great. So it was last Tuesday. And so it was a Zoom call, so it's visual as well. And I get on with a very nice woman, and it's just her. But then she lets me know that there is, I'll just for our interaction, it's just her and I. But there's actually another Zoom room. I can't see them, but they can see me, and they can see everything that's going on between the two of us.
Okay.
Okay. So, and they're recording the whole thing and all that. So that was great. So there's people listening as well. And she was mainly there. She's, she's not the one to, you know, like, she's not going to be making um, stuff happen. She's taking notes. She's
Just
asking
collecting data.
questions and collecting the data.
Right.
So it's like, don't get mad that, hey, you didn't tell her this. Don't worry. I got my point across. But yeah, so she was there taking a lot of notes. At the end of it, she showed me she had 4 pages of written notes on her notebook, because she told me, or she showed me rather. So yeah. So anyway, we got into it, and she first asked, like, what is your involvement on IG? How much do you post? How much do you? And I'm like, well, I used to post a lot. But uh, I don't post much anymore because of, and then I just dropped the bomb and said, I'm part of this knife making community. We we make anywhere from, most people make kitchen cutlery, all the way to swords and stuff like that. And I said, anything with a knife in it is now deemed something that can't be recommended. And now, entire account, I'm telling you guys what you already know, but I told her our entire account. So I'm at the state right now, my entire account is cannot be recommended. You can't search for me, and this is like, nobody in our community wants to is really posting much anymore, because no one's seeing it, only your own followers. So we're not. And she's asking me questions. Are you using this for business? And I said, well, it's a business account, like it's under creator, but it's for a business. But I don't, I'm only selling to I'm only posting for my existing customers because no new customers are going to see it. Okay. And I told her that sucks. This is a
Yeah,
big problem.
we're missing the opportunity to share the trade with others and grow the community as well.
Yeah. And I mean, I did open, said, about the community I represent. I also told her that I'm retired, used to be director of software engineering. I'm very familiar with what she's doing, meaning user studies. I
Right.
used to be the person in the other room, like the other Zoom room that was watching. And I used to run these, like responsible for this whole endeavor. So I know exactly what she's doing.
Right.
Um, and but the interview is mainly about the policy violation, I'll call it mechanism, the way it's presented, the way it happens, the verbiage. She asked me a whole bunch of questions around that, and I'll get into it. But we were on the phone for an hour. The first 20 minutes was me telling her all of the issues about what our community is facing. The
Okay.
fact that tons of people used to pay for the blue check. I don't know anybody that does anymore. At least it's a knife maker. It does us no good. I told her about my issues with it. I talked about appeals. Appeals don't seem to do anything, and just we went that whole thing. And the fact that, and I told her I've probably read those guidelines more than most humans, and she got the point that, like, I know those guidelines. Like, I've read every iteration of the guidelines, not just the current one, and told her that the only thing in there is that knives can't be shown to people under the age of 18. And told her, well, my account is 18 plus, so the whole ambiguity of them measuring us, or the algorithm marking our posts as cannot be recommended against a guideline that doesn't say anything bad. Like, we're not breaking any rules. There's no published rules that we're breaking.
Does the appeal go to a bot or a person?
So this is a great question. So she asked me, what do you think the appeal process does? And I said, to me, the
Jack
appeal
shit.
process just cycles it back into the algorithm. And she said that she was told appeals go to real people, but even she doesn't think so. Like, she said, it doesn't feel to me, this is what she said, it doesn't feel to me like it goes to a real person. I said, no, because if it went to a real person, um, we'd be able to put in a reason, a worded description of why. Like, if you do an appeal on YouTube, you'll get to actually type in notes. You get to pick a read. Like, you get to do stuff that someone is looking at.
Mm-hmm.
And when we hit appeal, I said, and this is what I'm telling her, when we hit appeal, it feels like I'm just going to shut you up and come back in 3 days and I'll let you know. Well, no, you have to go look and see
Yes.
if it did anything. And she said, oh, yeah, and she's taking a bunch of notes. So we talked about changes in that area. And the first thing I said is, this whole figure out how to figure out your account status is hidden in, like, pat your head, tap your
Yeah,
tummy
yeah,
kind of
yeah,
thing. Like,
yeah,
it's
yeah, yeah.
ridiculous. So I said, make violations on posts more in your face. Like, there should be a little yield sticker on the post when you look at your grid. That's what I told her. Like, and there should be something when I go to my profile, I should see a big warning thing on my profile. I shouldn't have to go to account status. I should be able to go to my profile, and when I view it, it should tell me that recommendations are, like, there's something wrong on my account status.
Yeah, that would be helpful.
Yeah, I think that would help us all.
Mm-hmm.
So I was one that suggested the icon and the profile grid, because now I want to see which posts are the offending ones if it's post specific. Um, and the thing that everyone refers to, and a ton of people say, I don't get it. This particular post was flagged for, like, marijuana use or something like that. And what that is I'm telling everyone because if you follow 2 links in, you'll get to the actual recommendation guidelines on regulated goods because
Mhm.
knives are part of that regulated goods section. And but what Instagram is doing is they're taking a little snippet of the regulated goods document, which is like a 5-page document, at least, more even longer, and they're picking like the 3 most common things, which is firearms, marijuana, and I forget what the other thing is. And they're putting a little 2-sentence description under the post, and everyone looks at it and go, my knife doesn't have anything to do with that. That's because they just took a
A random screenshot of the guidelines?
well, they took a like a Reader's Digest version of it,
Okay.
and they tried to summarize it in 2 lines, even though there's like 10 sections of the regulated goods section of the recommendation guidelines. So this is the problem, and this is what everybody's seeing. And I told her, stop doing that, like, because it's rarely correct. So why don't you just give a link to the actual? If it's regulated goods, put a link to the regulated goods. Let everybody read it.
All right.
So ditch the generic description, is what I said.
Did she give any indication of like what is triggering the flags? Because like I'm endlessly baffled by what gets flagged and what doesn't. And ironically, I was a little hopeful that, you know, after the Zuckerberg announcement, and then, you know, I know that you had this thing, not that I had any, you know, I didn't have any confidence that everything was going to be fixed after, you know, you talked to him and everything.
No.
But but I was having one post flagged, and over the last week it went to 2 to 3, and then I got the one of them that got hit was me when I did a reel about making the press, and all I was doing was cutting an I-beam on a bandsaw, and that got flagged too. So I was just like, so I was curious, did she offer any insight as to like, is there any reason, or is it's just whatever software's going through acting manian?
Yeah, and we talked about that a little bit on making. So, okay, I have a software background. They're not going to give us, like, the algorithm is going to change so often. They're continually going to add more AI, more photo recognition, all kinds of little things. They're never going to tell us every little piece of what it's looking for. Okay,
Right.
they just can't. It's just not something they're ever going to do. But so I can't tell you what, and she wouldn't know either. She's not in the
Gotcha.
software side of thing, right? And nor would we honestly, we would never get that answer.
Sure.
It might, they might tell us on a particular instance, hey, this was flagged. They should at least be able to tell us, oh, it was flagged because it thinks it's a knife, or it thinks it's a dangerous action, or what. It should at least tell us of the 350 rules that it has, which one triggered it on a particular post.
Okay.
Okay, that's what I want to see. They're not going to tell us what all 350 rules are.
Sure.
Okay, because they're continually going to be adding those. But no, and she didn't know, and she was there to get information. But yeah, who knows? But there's definitely, we all know, there's definitely something in there that is recognizing knife-shaped objects, and there's a rule in there that says, hey, if it's a knife-shaped object, that's going to fall under
Yeah.
regular.
Again, though, this is kind of like beating the dead horse that we've already, you know, that everybody's gone through. But like a knife shaped object makes some kind of sense to me. But you know, the things that are just completely off the wall, like, you know, cutting a fucking piece, an I beam, or
Yeah,
you know, or your profile bio being flagged for something. It's just there's no rhyme or reason to it. So and I agree. I think giving some indication as you know, a legitimate reason or explanation as to why we're being flagged is something that would be useful or helpful
yeah.
while people are getting pissed off. But
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm making numbers up, but of, let's say there's 350 rules, then go name every one of those rules. Like, give it a name, and then if something happens, tell us then, like, what is it? Was it a knife? Is it a, oh, we is it description? Do you have the word knife in your description of your cutting an I-beam because you're making a forging press for forging knives? I mean, I don't know, but tell us what triggered it. You know, it triggered one of the rules. Tell us what the rule is and give that rule a name is kind of what I think they should do.
So here's a $1 million question, Dennis. I think it's awesome that you got picked. I think they probably fucked up by, picking you because, well, maybe they didn't. Maybe they got what they were looking for, right? And they got
No,
4
and
pages worth of input from, somebody from somebody that has legitimate concern and reasonable feedback. At the end of the whole deal, my fear is that it was simply just a data collection and off into the abyss it goes. Did she offer any kind of insight or commitment to following up with you and providing any updates, or was anything like that discussed? Like, I'm reaching for little bits of
yeah,
hope
so
here.
what these things are for is they want to change some of the UI in the application. And we went by, like, after some of this, we went screen by screen. And she would ask me questions like, what does this screen tell you? Are you happy with the text on this screen? Like, it was a lot of user experience. She was doing user experience testing. Okay, that's what she's
UI
doing.
is user interface.
Yes, UI is
Interface.
interface, and UX is user experience. She's doing user experience testing, meaning, this button says blah. Do you understand what blah means? Do you understand what's going to happen when you press that button? So you only do user experience testing if you plan on changing things.
Okay.
So they are working on some changes. They must be, or you wouldn't pay money to do this kind of testing. Now, what we may see is we may see changes in this areas. Like, one of the things I told her was, it's confusing to have the appeal button when you drill down into a post and you say appeal. Are you appealing this post? Like, but you would go back and you can't appeal anymore. Are they just slowing you down so you can't appeal more than once? Is it actually appealing all of them? What is it actually doing? So there's some parts of the application that they could fix and maintain, like fix it. What we all want to know is, are they going to change the algorithm?
Mm-hmm.
And who knows? Hopefully they did get that message as part of this and they can go back and look at that. Um, I'd say at minimum, if they're not going to change the algorithm, they better change the recommendation guidelines and add some text in. Like, just tell us what we're violating. Put a rule in there and tell us we're violating that rule. Because we're in this limbo state right now and it pisses me off. Of, you're telling me I'm violating something, point to it in the recommendation guidelines because it's not there.
Did you ask, like, how come it's damn near impossible to talk to anybody or access, like, real people during your inquiry?
Um, I didn't directly ask her that. I'm not sure she would have known the answer to that. But we didn't get that. We actually ran out of time even going through some of the UI screens.
Gotcha.
But yeah, we didn't get to. But we did talk about appeals should go through real people, and if they're
Yeah.
going to go through real people, let us add comments. Let us give more information about why we think this is not. Instead of, you're just going to use the same information you used the first time you reviewed it,
All
is
right.
what's happening now. So
So overall, are you hopeful that there's a change in our favor, or are we just expecting a change of some kind? And are you hey, look, are you just taking the money and running? That's what we want to know. Like, I did this is all a bunch of hoopla.
um, I'm hopeful. I think they're going to make some changes in the UI. I think they're going to make it a little better for us understanding what's going on and having more visibility about what's going on in our accounts. If you ask me, are they going to change the algorithm? I have no idea. Like, that's certainly not her purview. And
Right.
I'm not even sure the people that are even reviewing that interview are the ones responsible for writing the algorithm. They were the ones responsible for if I had to guess, they're presenting the data the algorithm is finding. So I don't know if it's going to make any difference. Um, Again, she took a lot of notes. I told her there are thousands, tens of thousands of people affected by this that no longer pay Instagram money. That usually gets them on edge when they hear they're
Yep.
not making
Yep.
money.
Hmm.
And they're not posting and they're not interacting as much as they used to. So, I think that's the best we could hope for right now for an interview like this. Maybe it's not as exciting as what people were hoping to hear, but like, hey, yeah, they're going to change the algorithm tomorrow. I think it was at least the good news is they're talking to us, they're taking some feedback, and yeah, so it's hopeful. We'll see what happens in the next. Things like this are probably going to take 6 months, so we'll see what happens in the next 6 months.
Right on. Well, I think we do appreciate. I'm speaking for the other five people here. We appreciate you taking the money and
I already got the money, by the way. I chose to take it in Amazon gift card. So,
oh, well, good for you. Yeah, but I mean, at least, this is the first. There's only been one other time I've heard of anybody actually speaking to a person, and I think that was Brent at the beginning of all this. He somehow tracked somebody down. I think that's what kind of put us on the a couple of our failed attempts of putting our accounts to 18 and over, and but I think it's anytime we have the opportunity to talk to a live person and express our concerns, complaints, feedback, suggestions, um it's at least a step in it does a whole lot better than just bitching on the platform, right?
right. I mean,
And that's
we got to effect some change if we can, open some ears and get them to listen.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's a step in the right direction, hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully.
But
Well,
at least I didn't get shut down on anything. I didn't get lip service about, she was, or she's a very good interviewer and this kind of stuff. But I didn't get shut down in that, oh, yeah, that's just the way it works. Like, I didn't get any of that.
that's good.
So she was receptive, listened.
You felt heard.
I definitely felt hurt.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Well, cool.
But hey, man, we got to pay some bills. I just realized we haven't. We're 53 minutes in. We haven't talked about any of our favorite people.
Oh my goodness. That's
So
good.
that's
Well,
good.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go hang out with one of our favorite people. Well, several of them, but for sure, I'm gonna go hang out with Lawrence Lake from Maritime Knife Supply, who is going to bless the Blade Show attendees with his presence and awesome. He's an awesome resource for anything you need that is in the knife making realm. He's got it all: abrasive, steel. I think we talked about last week. Just got another billion pounds of steel for all of us. Abrasives, heat treating ovens. Soon to be a folder section for all you folder nerds.
Yeah, it's
And
up. Folder section's up.
that's awesome to hear. Good deal. Go check that out, and for sure, let them know if there's anything that you that's not on there, or how that's going, if it's usable and working out for you guys. Feedback is always good, but whatever you need, go check out Lawrence from Maritime Knife Supply. He's got it all.
Do it. And I don't know if this is Lawrence's first time at Blade, Texas. I don't remember him ever going to that one either.
I think he did.
Oh, he did. Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe I missed him.
Yeah.
Cool. So you're also going to get to see Frank Machado over at Two Bastards. I believe he is going. In fact, I know he's going because I chatted with him the other day, and we just had Frank and Nita re-up. So another 6 months of getting to hear about what's going on over at Two Bastards, Texas Smithy and Supplies for all of your hammer needs. All of the peens, the straight ones, the curved ones, the angled ones, you name it, they got it. And after our little forging experience, I got to get me one of those cross peens. So if you see Frank walking around and he's got a bunch of hammers on him, grab a cross peen for me.
There you go. You know what I always say, because ain't it grand to have a fat peen in your hand?
Always.
Always.
And you're also going to get to hang out with Coy, our friend over at Baker Forge and Tool, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
We're gonna get busy there.
Yeah,
Have a
you're
lot
going
of
to
fun.
put a herd on some barbecue.
For sure. I got all kinds of feedback on barbecue here, so I'm
Oh,
gonna be freaking barbecue sauce drunk. I can just feel it.
yeah.
But yeah, we're gonna go hang out with them and it's gonna be cool because just to they don't have a table or anything. They're just going to hang out with everybody. So that's awesome.
Yeah, Texans have a lot to say about guns, knives, and barbecue. I get that impression,
Aficionados.
which is good.
Yeah.
And just released this week on Baker Forge is their volcanic river in chevron. So one of my favorite personal patterns that they have. So go check those out over at Baker Forge and Tool. Use the app. Use the discount code Triple T10 for 10% off. While you're there, get yourself some gator piss.
Absolutely.
You need some of that.
You do. You need all of the gator piss that's available.
Milk yourself a gator, just like Jared.
That's right.
I think you should hit up Coy about the tattoo. You should get a gator piss tattoo. That's what I think.
I am the tattoo. They should get a tattoo of me milking the gator. That's the one right there. For sure. But whatever you're doing, if you're in the market for some premium pattern weld and steel, go check out Coy and the boys at Baker Forge and Tool. Use the app like Dennis said and fill up that cart. And when you're all done, get ready to check out. Use the discount code Triple T10 for 10% off. That's TTT10.
That's right, because you're not going to see Noah there, right? Is he
No,
officially bailing?
he bailed, yeah. But
Noah, we're so disappointed in you.
we are. But we're hopeful for cooler things to happen. So
Oh, okay. You see how he dissed you there, Noah?
no, with him.
Oh.
Directly related to him,
I
yeah.
thought you meant cooler things without him in Texas. I get it.
No. It'll definitely be a little less cool without our buddy there. That's for sure. I don't got no shade for him like that.
Oh, and if you need some premium wax to put on those blades, sheaths, you name it, go check out Pelican Paste, hard wax, soft wax, Pelican oil, hand salve, soap, you name it. Everything smells like oranges. Everything smells like sunshine over at Pelican Paste. Use the discount code Triple T10. Go get some. You will not regret it because who doesn't like things smelling like oranges?
Mm-mm. Or looking shiny and
And
protective and all the other awesome benefits
yeah,
that you have
yeah.
from that premium wax from Pelican Paste.
Get some. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's good.
that's right. Yep, for sure.
All right.
While we're at it, I just used the Pelican oil on a paring knife. I put a video out that did pretty good. I collabed with Matt over at Rock Solid Scales, and that 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 thing came out awesome. So if you're in the market for some different kind of handle material, and some standard stuff too. I was taking a look at his page there, and he's got all kinds of resin, stabilized woods, the Grip Tech, of course, and a bunch of other stuff. So he's definitely got a wide variety and range of product for you to go check out. So go check out Matt at Rock Solid Scales. Use the discount code Triple T10 for 10% off when you check out. But yeah, the Pelican oil on the Grip Tech just made that thing pop. So that's
Nice.
just I love when we collab with our sponsors on a build and you come up with some just absolute awesomeness. So
Very cool.
go get it done.
Nice. Okay, we got all the bills paid. What about Maker Spotlight? Excuse me, I can't even talk. Let's go through some Maker Spotlights.
Sure. So I got one that's been kind of on my on the in the list for a while, but and it's a good one here. The IG handle is anger underscore cruise. That's ANGIER_cruise. He's got 603 followers. I've been following this dude for a while, for a couple years now, and just a really cool page, really cool dude. Makes some really awesome stuff. Can tell it's, it's not his full time gig, but mixes it in with his life, and that's kind of the vibe of the page for me. And just, you know, I think it's a great follow. But watching somebody that's integrating knife making into their life, getting better and better, watching the progress, sharing some of the personal stuff, fishing, a lot of pictures with him and his lady. But yeah, 603 followers, needs to go up. So make sure you go check his stuff out and give him a follow, and tell him the boys that Triple T said, "What's up?"
Yes, he's got a spearhead here.
Yeah.
Very cool. I appreciate those.
Yeah.
And yeah, lots of great pictures. He must have got married recently, so big congrats there.
Yeah. Yeah. Looks that way.
All
But
right,
yeah,
very cool. Let me hit the follow button because I was not following him.
there you go.
Um, so this week, this is another one that I just discovered, just followed the other day. So I'm this week going to talk about Nottingham Knifeworks. No underscores or anything. All Notting, Notting. So Nottingham Knifeworks, and he page. So yeah, he's only got 574 followers, but is doing some cool stuff, mostly culinary knives from what I see. So it'll be up your alley.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, so some cool. I see a ring, but some really cool stuff. I see some S grind. So yeah, go give him some love and check out his stuff. And like Jared said, tell him the boys at Triple T sent you. And yeah, go take a look.
Yeah, that's a good one. I like that.
Yeah. So I did. Well, I haven't had one of these in a while, so I figured I would mention a comment that I I particularly laughed at and scowled at the same time. But on the build that for the spike knife, so then I had announced in the video that I was going to give it away to a patron, and I get this. What's his name? Miller WB87, and his in quotes he put, "Oh, I'm going to give away a knife, but I only give it away to a person who pays me monthly subscription fee." End quote. Oh well, leaves me and many others out. I guess I won't watch this channel anymore. And I'm thinking to myself, so if I didn't say it was a giveaway, you would have just watched the video and shut your mouth. But I also am going to give it away to a patron. So now you're upset because you can't have it. It seems kind of like you can't have any of my other knives in the videos, but you watch those. So I was laughing and annoyed at that at all at the same time. But some people, right?
Yeah, so this one, I know I tease you that I don't watch your channel anymore, but I I did, every now and again. I'll after I watch, I'll check the comments or something like that. But this particular one popped up for me, and I almost was like, "You can't talk to my bitch like that." I swear on a stack of Beebles here that I was seriously pissed off and almost went in on him. I feel like I should have, but I was like, "Nah, Dennis, you do pretty good at filtering those, and I don't want to cause any problem." But I was pissed off at this because I think it's super douchey. The whole concept, the statement is just asinine, and
Yeah.
I was bothered by this one, and I'm glad that you picked it up because out of all the dumb comments, that could have come out, you picked this one here where I was I was pissed off. I was like, shut the fuck up, dude. Yeah.
And it's like, I can't win, so I'm not gonna, it's like, first of all, you could be a patron for as little as $1 a month, so it's not like it's crazy, but
It blows my
but that
mind that
aside,
it blows my mind that people that, take in the content and watch the channels have zero, like, to have zero idea how much time, how much effort, and I got a little bit more firsthand, knowing how much you actually put into it, the effort, the knowledge, the things that could be, you know, transferred in monetary, um, in a monetary way, that you do for free on the channel. The people that your patrons, you don't hold a gun to anybody's head. They sign up because they want to support and do all that stuff, and to try to give back to some people that are supporting you, and to get shit for it just fucking piss me off, dude. I don't get it. Yeah.
yeah, but there's always going to be that one guy, right?
Apparently, yeah.
Yeah,
I want to fucking say his name, Mr.
I did.
Beep.
Miller WB87. You're a
Yeah.
dick.
Yeah, you're a dick.
I'm sure he's not listening, but
No.
yeah.
But maybe I'll comment and tell him we highlighted him in this episode. So come check it out.
Comment and tell him we talked about
Yeah.
how much of a dick he was in in the podcast.
Yeah. I mean, at least be funny or creative with your shit
Right.
talking.
Yeah. I'd laugh more at least when Honor gets some really good ones. And when he responds, he gets a whole interaction with people.
Yeah. Yeah. At least you could have said that it's not real Damascus, or, like that's not a real katana or something.
Yeah, I did get the Damascus
clever
comment in German this morning.
Oh, nice. They never let us down with that, right?
No, that one never ceases to disappoint.
Right on.
But that is the week. I think, unless you had any other pontifications to share with us.
I'm pontooned out, dude. Yeah, I got nothing. It's been a shitty week of real life, and looking forward to getting through this one and on my way to go hang out with my people.
Nice.
Looking forward to meeting you guys all. I do have one other thing that I think it'd be criminal if we didn't mention. I just want to give our condolences and our heartfelt, love to all the people that were affected by the passing of Steve Pellegrino last week. He was in an accident on life support, and unfortunately lost that battle and passed away. And I was personally, I was kind of affected watching how many people were affected by his passing. I did go and check out the episode that Fader did with him 4 or 5 years ago or whatever it was, just to kind of get to learn a little bit more and hear. I only met him in passing a few times at Makers Camp, but I know he was close to a lot of people, and horrible accident. And I, again, just from our show to the community, our condolences for your loss. And there is a GoFundMe page. I will get that out to support the family and all that. But bummer.
Yeah, that was really devastating news. But
yeah,
go check out the GoFundMe and help out his family.
Absolutely. But yeah, and I think that is what we call a wrap.
A shoe.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I will see you sometime this week. I guess I should sharpen that knife before I give it to you. But yeah, let me know. Give me some warning before you drop by so I have it sharpened.
It'll probably be Wednesday.
All right. I'll do it tomorrow.
Wednesday evening. Yeah.
I'll do it tomorrow.
All right, man.
All righty.
And that's a wrap.